Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs today. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, first story up. I meant to talk about this in the top of the blogs that I just did on Tuesday, and I totally forgot. So I wanted to make sure that I made this the first order of business today. You guys, let's talk about the released, I don't even know what to call it, leaked footage or released storyline, a storyline from the upcoming Sweet 16 season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is one thing that really bothers me about reality shows, just shows in general, but really it's just reality shows. But I hate that now because the seasons are already looked forward to as struggling. And so they start to release the storylines and the things that happen as they are filming before we even get to the season. I hate that. Because it's sort of like we done already been through it in the blogs, and now we got to wait, then when the show comes on, we've already been through it. We've already seen it, and it's boring. Like, to me, I guess this is them trying to light the flame. You now want to see what's going to happen. But it doesn't just give us a little smidgen of what might be going on. It gives us the full story. And it's just sort of like, been there, done that. Like, why do they keep doing that? So that already annoys me about these reality shows. One of the reasons why I don't like to really watch them anymore. This time is no different. So, you guys, apparently Kenya Moore is opening or re-debuting her hair salon. They did not show it the way that she wanted it to be shown last season. They pretty much left a lot of her stuff on the cutting room floor, and she was salty about that. So I guess they said that they would do it again this season, and this time give her the whole shine of it that she would want. I've heard that the place is really beautiful. I've heard that there's not really ever anybody in there, but there's really, really nice. Now, I don't know if it is like officially grand opening, or if it's open to the public. Like, I don't really know what it is, but just seeing it from the pictures and the videos that we've seen already, it looks like it's a really, really beautiful place. I'm not sure where it is. I'm assuming it's somewhere in Midtown, Uptown, Atlanta. But anyway, so there was all this talk about, I guess, at her event, we did see videos. Everybody looked really nice. All of the ladies, well, not all of the ladies, but the ladies that we have come to know and love were all there. I mean, Kenya was there, Cynthia was there. We had Shamia, who's a new housewife, but's been a friend of the show for years. Portia was there. And I'm assuming some of the new ladies were there as well. But the lady that we're talking about today in question is this Brit girl. Remember I told you guys there were 3 new girls, and one of them's name was Brittany. I'm not sure. I think she was the one that they were saying was had a podcast, because one of them is married to the basketball player, and then the other girl is a cook or something. Or is that? Okay, I don't know. But anyway, this Brittany Edie, I think, is the one that we're talking about in this situation. So apparently at the filming of her grand opening, the reopening, shout out to P Valley, can't wait for that show to come back, child. I just love my scripted shows. I'm over the reality, if I haven't already told you that 100 times already. But so you guys, I'm just going to tell you what a little birdie told me, okay? And a little birdie, by what I mean by a little birdie, is just one of the rock stars. Hey, Sky, okay? One of the rock stars, Sky Santana, you guys might know, is the one who explained all this to me, because I was just like, I just don't even have the energy. I don't even, what is going on, okay? The story that I kept seeing splashed all over the blogs was that Kenya had released revenge porn videos or pictures of the new girl, Brittany. And I was just like, now I know Kenya is smarter than that. Like, you cannot just be releasing pornographic material of people, no matter how much you don't like them, and not be looking forward to some damn legal repercussions, from it. So I knew that their story wasn't really making sense, or I knew there had to be more to the story, and then Sky stepped in, thank you so much, and explained it to me. So you guys take this with a grain of salt. It may or may not be true. Y'all can choose to believe it. I kind of believe that a lot of it is probably how it happened. But the way it was explained to me was this. There's two parts to it. So Kenya is now friends, we know, with Portia. They are trying to reimagine, trying to bring these two back as friend instead of foe, okay? And so that Kenya doesn't have to be a villain to Portia, which was mighty convenient considering Portia done been through all the shit that she been through, and now she ain't even got to deal with what Kenya would have said to her maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But anyway, so these two are now friends, supposedly. For whatever reason, Kenya does not like this Brittany girl. Not sure exactly what the issue is there, but there's bad blood between the two of them. Kenya supposedly found out that this Brittany girl was faking the funk, okay, for lack of better words, that Brittany was somebody that she was claiming to be to soften up and clean up her image for Real Housewives of Atlanta, but wasn't really that person, okay? And apparently Brittany had an OnlyFans or some sort of adult content channel that she was using and putting herself out there that way. This is all allegedly, okay? But this is the way it was explained to me, so I'm giving it to y'all. And when she decided that she wanted to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, or when there was buzz around her name and all that, she knew that she probably would not get that spot as an adult, an adult content creator. So apparently she scrubbed the internet of all of her pornographic type of adult content and, cleaned up her image and presented herself a different way to the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers, okay? And apparently Kenya found out about this. Now, the other part of the story is supposedly this Brittany girl is related to Fallon, okay? Now, Fallon is the ex-wife of Simon Guabodilla, okay, who is also the current husband, but soon to be former husband of Portia Williams. And apparently this Brittany girl is related to Fallon, and Fallon supposedly has been giving Portia information about, given Brittany information about Portia that could be damaging to her image and all. And so Portia apparently found out about this OnlyFans or this other adult streaming content that the girl had and let Kenya know about it, okay? And that Kenya and Portia kind of were the ones that constructed and put all of this together. Again, I don't know if any of this is true. This is just what the Rockstar told me, okay? But I'm assuming that maybe it's going around on the internets, and people are talking about it. They're saying that Portia and Kenya has teamed up together, and that was the reason why Kenya put out this video. Now, I did hear the audio of when Kenya supposedly was letting people know about some picture or video, and it sounded like she was like, that's a pussy, or somebody there was like, that's a pussy right there. They was looking at the video. It could have been Kenya or Portia's voice. I'm not really clear whose voice it is, but it's a lot of people. You get the idea that maybe they're watching something, and that with all this going around, circling around, I guess it would be the Brittany girl that they were looking at. Now, as far as it being revenge porn, and a lot of people saying, why would Kenya do that? Like, she's crazy. She could go to jail for that. You guys, we all know that revenge porn is very much illegal, okay? And so that was the part that was confusing me. But as it was explained to me, you know, you cannot claim that this was a private video when it was at one time put up on the internet. Okay, so it's not revenge porn if it was already public information in the past. Even if you did remove it from the internet, I believe that once it was made for the internet, then now it's free game and anybody can put that shit out there, you know, and show it. I mean, you showed it at one time, you know, so that is, and again, I ain't a real rock star lawyer. Okay, so the real rock star lawyers can chime in and let us know if this is something that's feasible. Is it okay that Kenya would be able to? I mean, yeah, that shit is grimy and everything, you know, but is it feasible? I mean, is it legal? Is Kenya protected in that sense? Is she able to show that information, even though I'm sure Bravo won't show it to us? Okay, but the fact that she showed it there and we know that that happened during taping, is that a legal thing for her to do, or is that an illegal thing for her to do? Something tells me that she already has spoken to her lawyers and was told that she could do something like that, because I would like to think that Kenya's smarter than that, wouldn't get herself caught up in shit like that. Yet and still, that shit is grimy. That shit is dirty, you know, and so it looks like we're going to probably see Kenya maybe back in her villain mode a little bit, you know, because a lot of people do like that. And people want an explosive, exciting season. So, you know, when desperate times come for desperate measures. And even though I hate to see that the ladies are stooping to this kind of level, because Real Housewives of Atlanta, I mean, you shouldn't be talking about porn and, you know, adult film stars and, you know, all that stuff is so beneath Real Housewives, the franchise. It just kind of makes it feel like the caliber of the seasons as time goes on gets worse and worse and worse. And I know that's something that they're trying to avoid, but yeah, like, and in the past, who puts a damn porn star on Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know? I don't know. It's all craziness, but that is the way that it was explained to me. Again, I don't know if that is true or false. There may be parts of it that is true or accurate, may not be. It may all be right or all wrong. Okay, so take it how you want to. As far as Brittany saying that she did have guns, you know, they shoot motherfuckers like Kenya, you know, from where she's from. Apparently she did say that. But I mean, shit, if motherfuckers is putting that kind of shit out on you too, I mean, you would be mad. You know, you would be mad, especially if you went through the, all of the, you know, went through everything to try to get it scrubbed and then hear that shit come, you know, haunting you again. So yeah, that's why you got to be careful about what you put out on the internet, you guys. At one time, it might seem like a good idea, but you got to think long term. Like, am I going to be okay with it? I mean, I'm sure there's even some videos and things that I've said in the old videos that I probably don't have that same mindset anymore. It just happens, you know, so you have to think about, try to think about these things, you know, in advance. But yeah, that's what they say is going on there. It is promising to be maybe quite the ratchet season. Are you guys looking forward to seeing that, child? Yes, I will be reviewing it. That might be my last season, you guys. And then, since we're talking about Real Housewives, even though Nene hasn't been a housewife for a long time, you know, we see she's still synonymous with the show. I can tell you guys about Nene's tax issues. Man, my heart goes out to her because, you know, the IRS is the biggest gangsters in the fucking world, and I'm telling you, every year, tax season, I am stressed the fuck out. It is always some bullshit. So I understand, you know, shit happens, things are hard, you know, but yeah, Nene got some tax issues, you guys. The Georgia Department of Revenue are saying that she owes about $25,000 in taxes, somewhere around there. It was just $17,000, but you know, that interest will kick your ass, and the next thing you know, you done lumped another $10,000 on it because you haven't been able to pay what's there. You know, it's just like I said, it is just the taxes. Student loans and taxes have got to be the absolute biggest fucking scams on this earth. Like, I understand we need to be taxed and we got to pay to help, you know, the country run and everything. But man, you guys, it's just damn. Okay, anyway, let me not get all emotional about these fucking taxes, you guys. But I'm telling you, it is just, anybody out there, I surely hope that you guys are still trying to get your student loans excused and forgiven. This is the time to do it. If any other time is not the right time, this is now the right time. As election years happening, people are trying to win presidential elections and shit, so they are a little bit more willing to do these things now to try to get your vote. Okay, you know, this is the time. So I am still trying to get it done. As a matter of fact, I'm about to, after I finish this, I'm about to go and try to get some paperwork signed so that I can, because, you know, people ain't taking care of what they need to be taken care of, and I need it to be done. But yeah, you guys should still be trying to get them student loans forgiven. One of the guys at my job got his student loan forgiven. He said he just logged on one day and that shit says 0, and he owed like $70,000. Man, what? Oh my God, if they just did it for me, I would be much more comfortable in retiring next year, if that did happen. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So yeah, they say that she owed that. This is in addition to the $25,000 that her former landlord wants. Now, remember when she had the swag boutique? She had it for like 4 or 5 years or whatever, and then she closed the store, and apparently she stopped paying once she closed the store, but didn't move for like another year. So the man is saying that there was a whole year of unpaid rent that she needs to give him his money to the tune of $25,000. I think it's like $22,000 plus like legal fees and all of that, equaling somewhere around $25,000. There's also a photographer that's suing her about photos that he took at Lanithia Lounge. You guys know she doesn't have that any longer, but you know, he invoiced her and she didn't pay that. So financial problems is stressful, you know, and I sure hope that I wouldn't wish that kind of stress on nobody. Even though $25,000 and shit don't sound like a whole lot, you know, a whole lot, and it does sound like something that's tackleable. When you ain't got it, bitch, you just ain't got it, you know. So shit, $100 is a lot when you ain't got it, you know. So I hope that she's able to get that taken care of. I mean, these are like rich people problems, but I don't know if I would say that Nene is still considered rich. I mean, she has more money than a lot of us, obviously, but you know, with no income really coming in regularly like that, you know, I'm sure that, you know, shit is rough. So yeah, anyway, that's it on Real Housewives of Atlanta, you guys. Y'all let me know what you think about all that shit with Kenya, the Portia storyline. If you think that that's accurate, do you see that something like that happening? As far as the revenge porn and all that, you guys let me know. The Real Rockstar lawyers, let me know if Kenya would be safe in letting that information out, because it had already been public information. Okay, and we're going to move on to the next story. Also, in the last top of the blogs, I meant to mention what was going on. You guys, I had talked to you guys about Nicki Minaj and us being a little worried about, you know, what this cryptic tweet and video of her was about. Even though now we did see, just this morning, I saw a video of her and Papa Bear and her husband getting onto their private jet. And everything looked okay, you know, so maybe they was just going through a little rough patch, or maybe it had nothing to do with their marriage at all, child, you know. Until somebody says exactly what it is, we just don't know. But they look like they all right, you guys. But I also meant to mention Meg Thee Stallion and her what she had been through just that weekend before. So you guys know that she is on her tour. There's always just a whole lot around Meg Thee Stallion, because she has a lot of people out there that just doesn't like her. Okay, and so a person can only take so much, you guys. I mean, that girl is with all the shit that she has been through in the last couple of years and everything, sometimes I'll just be like, I don't know how she just continues on. Like, I would be like, fuck this shit. But you know, then you like, no, I want to do this, you know, I can't let people run me off and all that. But I know that girl has to just go through it all the time. So the latest controversy and mess that she's been going through is this whole AI porn video that was released of her. It was released on Twitter, I believe, and it was picking up steam. And people were believing that it was her, you know, because AI, see, this is the problem with AI. AI is so convincing. It is scary, you know, and to me, it is something that is not controllable, and eventually, just like have we seen in many Avenger movies, you know, AI gets to be so smart that it overtakes. It sounds far-fetched, but really it doesn't. You know, when you start to think about the things that AI can do, artificial intelligence, I have a feeling that we've just only scratched the surface, that it could just go so much further deeper. Okay, that's probably not grammatically correct, but you guys know what I'm saying. It could be so much more, and it's a scary thing, you guys. I had to talk to, you know, me and the kids and Mr. had to have a discussion about a lot of AI and making sure that, you know, we don't get caught up in any type of scams and shit. It's just dangerous when it's in the wrong hands, and anything like this always ends up in the wrong hands. Okay, but getting back to the story, so there was an AI video, pornographic video, girl having sex, and they used Meg Thee Stallion's face and body, or, you know, made it seem like it was her. This is the same thing that's happened recently with Taylor Swift. I don't think it was porn though, or was it? Maybe it was porn, but you know, Taylor Swift got caught up in some AI shit too, and some other people have been getting, like, celebrities are starting to, you know, hit these celebrities with these AI videos. So it got to get such a big story that, you know, she finally did address it, because people were believing. I would have believed that it was her too if I had seen it. But now I'm starting to get a little bit more like, I don't know what to believe anymore, because it's just so much generated shit out there, you guys. But she did finally address it, and she said, and I quote, "It's really sick how y'all go out of the way to hurt me when you see me winning. Y'all going too far, fake ass shit. Just know today was your last day playing with me, and I mean it." Okay, to me that sounds like she has an idea who was the person or the persons responsible for putting out that video, and that she was going to handle it the legal way, you know, because she said that today is the last day, and she means it, like she already knows what's what. And it's just terrible, you guys. That is a scary idea. Every time I see these fucking AI videos of celebrities dancing, people, you know, just was not gonna be doing all of that shit. They all extra buff and some shit. I just saw one of Queen Latifah. Actually, it wasn't too bad, but it was like Queen Latifah dancing and like playing, dribbling the basketball, and it was just sort of like, I don't like those things, you guys. It's just terrible. But it's too bad that Meg Thee Stallion has been caught up, is the latest victim in this, you guys. She's on tour, and right before she was about to perform, I think she was in, I'm not sure where she was. Did I write it down? It doesn't matter. But anyway, she was about to perform her song Cobra, and so the camera was trained on her, and she was about to come out, and she just started crying, because the girl is human, okay? It's just, sometimes it just be too much shit. Like, damn, can a bitch live? All right, can I just live? You know? So while she was trying to perform, her emotions got the best of her. She started crying, which really, you guys know, I don't like to see people cry. So when I see like stuff like that, that hurts me for them, you know? So, and her crowd, they were all very supportive, and they had an idea that maybe she was just overwhelmed from everything that's going on in her life right now. It's like, damn, but then also very grateful that there are many, many people who really do love her and spend their money to come and support her and all that. So yeah, but yeah, that is going too far, you guys. That is going too far. Like, why are we doing things like this to each other? I mean, what is it that you hate about somebody that you don't even really know like that? You know, that you do stuff like, it's sickening. But yeah, you know, I just, Meg, hold your head up, okay? Nobody is perfect out there, and you know, people might have enemies and people love them and hate them and all that, but you know, it's just, it comes to a point where you just doing fucking too much. It's too much. Leave the girl alone. Let her do her music. How about everybody just do their music and not worry about nobody else, and then there won't be nothing to fight over. That's too much like right, huh? Like my mama would say. Anyway, you guys, next story. All right, you guys. So you guys know that old Rocky, she is not a kick a bitch when they down kind of girl. You know, I've told you that plenty of times, but let's just have this real quick conversation about Oprah Winfrey and her recent bout with the stomach flu, okay? I hate to be the one to tell you guys I told you so. But if you just go back a few top of the blogs a few months ago, and we were discussing when Marlo Hampton was talking about her being on Ozempic and how she had to get off because it had her stomach all fucked up and she was constipated for 2 fucking weeks. And I couldn't understand how it would be to go through life with being constipated for 2 weeks. Cause you know, like I know, that when you are constipated for 1 fucking day, you can't even you can't get shit done. All you can think about is I got to get it out of me. Okay, that's all you can think about. So I can't even imagine 2 weeks. But we had been hearing stories and stories about people that have been on Ozempic that were having stomach problems, bowel problems, you know, either diarrhea or constipation. Some people, you know, always nauseous. I even had a friend that ended up in the hospital, wasn't on Ozempic, but was on something similar to like some sort of other brand that was very similar to. I just want y'all to leave these fucking weight loss drugs alone, you guys, because it's not a weight loss drug. That's not what it was made for and what it was intended. I don't want to be preachy because I understand people, you know, they've been overweight for a long time or unhappy, and they, you know, find something that seems like a miracle drug and to help them through. And, you know, I get it. I don't have overweight issues, but I have underweight issues. And people don't think that that's as big a deal as being overweight, but, you know, it still fucks you up in the head and you be very unhappy with yourself the same way, you know. So I get it. I understand when people find something that they think works for them, they want it, you know. But there are certain things that are just not worth it when it comes to your health. And and Oprah is just another person that we have heard that have gotten sick, you know, from, well, I am assuming, they're not saying this. So Gayle King was the one that put the, you know, put the whole story out there. And she was talking and she was just saying how, you know, Oprah was sick and she was in the hospital and it was coming out both ends and, you know, this, that, and the other. And everybody was all worried about Oprah because Oprah hadn't put out any story about her being in the hospital. So they was feeling like Gayle was running her mouth too much, even though I was like, Gayle has been Oprah's friend for years. I'm sure Gayle knows the things that she can and cannot be saying. However, maybe Gayle didn't think about the fact that people were going to be like, girl, that damn Ozempic, you can say stomach flu all you want, but is that really what it is? Or is it stomach complications as a result of being on Ozempic? Okay, Oprah had did that documentary that we were talking about. I think I was talking about the documentary originally in that other Top of the Blogs video where she's talking about weight loss and all that. And I had told you guys specifically, like, why is she even doing that? Because that shit is going to come back to bite her in the ass when she gets sick from this fucking Ozempic. You know, then everybody is going to be saying like, oh, girl, you need to get off. Like, you needed to not even be bringing no more attention to yourself. We already knew you was on a diet, on most likely Ozempic or something very similar. And it was just like, girl, just why you even bringing more attention to a person that has always struggled with, you know, weight loss, going up and down and all that. It was just like just another, like some more shit surrounding Oprah and weight loss and all this. And now look, she's in the hospital, child. In the hospital from that fucking Ozempic. Even though they're not trying to say that it's Ozempic, I just really believe that it is, you know. And Oprah, get off of there. Like, I always tell y'all, my mama always used to say that anybody, you know, as you get older, you need a little bit more meat on your fucking bones. You cannot still be thin like that because you need some meat. You lose bone density. You know, you a little bit more fragile. You know, you falling. You're not as steady on your feet as you used to be. You get to falling and shit. You breaking legs and hips and arms and shit that you never used to have to worry about. You need some cushion. So I hate that Oprah is now in the hospital, but it was just sort of like, yeah, no. Okay, so I hope Oprah do a little bit better. I hope she's doing better. I think that they did say that she is getting better. I mean, Oprah is a billionaire, so I'm sure she has the best doctors looking out after her and making sure that she's good and all. But yeah, you guys, y'all, please be careful out there. And I got friends that's doing Ozempic, so you know that I ain't, you know, I know folks or that's really trying to get their hands on it, okay? May have gotten a dose or two in the past and now just like, shit, I lost a whole bunch of weight just from that one dosage or something. Yeah, but you know, like I said, all that glitters is not gold. Okay. Yeah. Constipated 2 weeks. Not worth it. Not worth it, you guys. Oprah, I hope you feel better soon. All right, you guys, that's it. Okay, make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.